Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle something that, let's be honest, gets all of us at some point, that paralyzing habit of overthinking. We're going to break it down and figure out how to escape it. Let's get right into it.
Oh, you know the feeling. You're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and your brain just refuses to switch off. It's just spinning, right? Running through every little thing you said yesterday, worrying about a meeting tomorrow, just churning and churning.
Yeah, if that sounds a little too familiar, you're definitely in the right place. Because here's the thing. While you've been stuck in that mental loop, someone else has already made a choice. They've taken action, and they've moved on. It's time we learn how to do that too.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to understand what this trap really is. This isn't about being smart or detail-oriented. Nope, it's a pattern our brains get stuck in, and it's got some really deep roots.
And let's get one thing straight. Overthinking is not productive. It feels like you're working on a problem, but you're not. You're just running on a hamster wheel, burning all your mental energy without actually going anywhere. It's a total thief. So you've basically got two paths here. On one side, you have the overthinker, who's completely stuck in what we call analysis paralysis. But on the other side, you've got the decisive person, who gets that action is what creates momentum. One is frozen, the other is in flow. So why on earth do we do this? Well, it's pretty wild, actually. It's an evolutionary mismatch. Our ancient, primitive brain, our survival wiring, is getting triggered by modern, low-stakes decisions. Your brain's alarm system literally treats picking a restaurant with the same fight-or-flight panic as seeing a predator. It just hijacks the whole system. Now, let's talk about the real price we pay for this habit. And I'm not just talking about feeling a little stressed out. The costs are real, they are tangible, and believe me, they add up over time, touching every single part of our lives. Are you ready for this number? Every single day, you, the average person, make about 35,000 decisions. That's insane, right? From what to wear to which email to reply to. Now, imagine overthinking even a small fraction of those. You're just setting yourself up for massive decision fatigue. And you could see how some of the most successful people in the world fight back against this. They figured out that by simplifying the small, trivial choices, like what outfit to wear, they could save all that precious mental energy for the big decisions that actually mattered. It's genius. And the damage? Man, it really is devastating. We're talking about losing the equivalent of a part-time job in wasted hours every single week. We miss out on promotions, investments, even relationships, because guess what? Opportunities don't wait forever. And maybe the worst part is how it chips away at our own self-confidence, making us doubt our own judgment.
All right, that's enough about the problem. Let's get into the good stuff, the toolkit. How do we build a new habit? Well, it starts with a simple, incredibly powerful rule that you can start using, like, right now.
This is your 2-minute decision rule. It's simple. For any decision that isn't, life or death, you give yourself exactly 120 seconds. This literally forces you to bypass that slow, overanalytical brain and tap into your gut feeling, your brain's fast, intuitive autopilot. That part of your brain is processing way more information than you consciously realize.
And you compare that rule with this next idea, the 80% rule. You have to stop searching for 100% certainty. It's a myth, it doesn't exist. Once you have about 80% of the information and you feel about 80% confident, that's your cue. It's time to act. That last 20% almost never changes the outcome, but chasing it costs you everything. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Progress isn't about getting everything perfect, it's about building momentum. Think about it. You can always steer a ship that's moving, right? But you can't do a thing with one that's just sitting at anchor in the harbor of indecision. So let's take this up a level. Let's elevate this from just a tactic to a core philosophy. This is about completely flipping the script on how we think about making progress in our lives. And this is the absolute heart of it. We're always taught to think, then act. But the most effective people, they act in order to think better. Action gives you real-world data that no amount of sitting in a room and theorizing ever could. Action isn't the result of learning, it's the source of it. I mean, just look at the tech world. They live by this. They don't hide away for 5 years to build the quote-unquote perfect app. No way. They launch a good enough version, see what real people do with it, and then they learn and improve from there. You can do that with your life. Start the project. Have the conversation. Just take that first messy step. That is how you truly learn. So, what does it all look like when this becomes second nature?
What happens when you finally trade a life of constant analysis for a life of meaningful action? Well, the transformation it's huge.
Your entire energy just shifts. You go from spending all your time in this passive analytical state to being actively engaged with the world. Life stops being something that you're just preparing for, and it starts being something you're actually living.
And the benefits just ripple out into everything. Your career takes off because you're actually grabbing opportunities. Your relationships get deeper because you're truly present. Your stress levels plummet because you're not carrying the crushing weight of 1,000 unmade decisions. You just become more creative, more engaged, and ultimately a whole lot happier.
So this isn't just some abstract idea to think about later. The change starts right now with the very next choice you have to make. The power to break free is literally in your hands. The 2-minute timer is on. What's your move?